And the gate moves on to the backstretch. Race 6 trotters in behind the gate. And they're from the inside, flying formation going out for the lead. Right alongside there goes Stormbringer. Up on the outside, 3 wide, it's Billy B. Down inside, Muscle Jean comes away racing 4th. Length back, Fog Watch is dropped in 5th, followed by Sid Finch. Gap of 2 lengths to Holy Bing. And on the field, it's Warrior of the Valley. Paddock turn the first time, rolling up on the outside. Here comes Billy B. Billy B on the outside comes on to get the lead as they trot by the opening quarter in 27-3. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Wally Watson puts Billy B on top by a length. Stormbringer is second. Gap of a length and a half towards the inside, flying formation third, off stride back of the pack, Holy Bing. Muscle Jean is 4th, gap of 2 lengths, Fog Watch. Then comes Sid Finch, followed up by Warrior of the Valley. And trail the field, that's Holy Bing. As they swing around the clubhouse turn, Billy B on top by a full length. Right there in second, Stormbringer. Underway on the outside, racing third. Here comes Flying Formation. Halftime goes in 57-1. They straighten out down the backstretch. Billy B shows the way 3 parts of a length. On the attack on the outside, Flying Formation now second and challenging for the lead. Stormbringer right there. Chasing in third up on the outside, racing in 4th, Muscle Jean as they round the 4th turn. Flying Formation on the outside. Towards the inside, Billy B. Those two heads apart for the lead. 3/4 on the board here in 126 flat. They round the final turn. Billy B. hanging tough. Flying Formation right on the outside. Those two side by side. Stormbringer racing in third, moving up on the outside at 3 wide from the back of the pack with a surge. Here comes Sid Finch. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. Billy B on the far outside. Keep your eye on Sid Finch gobbling up ground. And Sid Finch on the outside takes command deep stretch. It will be Sid Finch coming on. Billy B was second. Muscle Jean third. Time for the mile, 1:56 flat. Number 1, Willie Wally, owned by Louis Zero Giannis, driven by Jim Hardy. Number 2, Mr. Mayor Hanover, owned by Mark Reynolds and Richard Cortese, driven by Jay Randall. Number 3, Dazzling Lindy, owned by the DiStefano and Son stable, the driver Joe DiStefano. Number 4, Katahdin Mark, owned by James and Betsy Kelly, driven by Wally Watson. Heart of Gold DV, number 5, owned by Mona Dodd, driven by Nick Raffa. Number 6 is Cowboy Charlie, owned by Laurie Davis and Paul Ray Davis Jr., driven by Mike Stevenson. Number 7 is Staghouse, owned by George Tackley, Brad Beckwith driving. And number 8, Money Heist, owned by the Money Maker stable, Bruce Ranger in the sulky. The backstretch, 9th race trotters in behind the gate. And they're off from the inside. Willie Wally fires out for the lead. Good start for Willie Wally. On the outside, Heart of Gold DV. Mr. Mayor Hanover comes away, racing third. Length back to Dazzling Lindy, who's dropped in 4th. Length back towards the inside, Katahdin Mark. Gap of 2 lengths to Cowboy Charlie, Staghouse, and on the field, it's Money Heist. Paddock turn the first time, Willie Wally, 3 parts of a length, but here comes Heart of Gold DV moving up on the outside, a challenge for the lead. Quarter time goes in 27-2. They're in the stretch for the first time. Willie Wally shows the way, parked out, Heart of Gold DV. Mr. Mayor Hanover towards the inside, chasing in third, Dazzling Lindy 4th. Length back, Katahdin Mark, followed by Staghouse, Cowboy Charlie, and on the field, it's Money Heist. as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Jim Hardy and Willie Wally on top by a full length. Down inside, Mr. Mayor Hanover now second up on the outside. Heart of Gold Davy racing third. Boxed in towards the inside, Dazzling Lindy fourth. Halftime goes in 56-2. Off stride down the backstretch goes Staghouse. Staghouse has made a break. They leave the 5/8, head toward three quarters. Willie Wally has opened up a two-length lead. Mr. Mayor Hanover right there, racing in second. Down inside, Dazzling Lindy. Up on the outside, three wide. It's Katahdin Mark. Three quarters on the board in 1:25-4. They run the final turn. Willie Wally has been there all the way. It's Mr. Mayor Hanover giving chase toward the inside, racing in second. Down inside, Dazzling Lindy trots third. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. And Willie Wally cuts the corner with a two-length lead. Shaking loose on the outside. Here comes Mr. Mayor Hanover. Mr. Mayor Hanover coming on and coming at him. Willie Wally, Mr. Mayor Hanover. Mr. Mayor Hanover coming on. Time for the mile, 1:56-4. For three-year-old Big Gelding by Explosive Matter. Out of Mrs. Roan Rail by Don Rail. All by Mark Reynolds and Richard Cortese. Trained by Jimmy Nickerson. Driven to victory by Jay Randall. Mr. Ninth race is official. Here is the order of finish. Number 1, Willie Wally is second. Mr. Mayor Hanover, your race winner. Dazzling, the purse $17,500. Is Kyrie Dio, owned by William Phipps. Number 2, Remember Titans, owned by the Kellogg Racing Stables and Jackie Green Stables, driven by Jay Randall. Number 3, Massive Lightning, owned by Robert Kopak, the driver Nick Raffam. Number 4, My Lindy Winner, owned by Howard Taylor, driven by Mike Stevenson. Marquis Lafayette, number 5, owned by the Great Horse Stable, driven by Bruce Ranger. Number 6, Vesuvio Bay, owned by Michelle Nelson and Eric Everett, driven by Brent Beckwith. Number 7 is Northern Skyway, owned by Anthony Loico and Bradford Valou. Drew Campbell driving. And number 8, Swan, A Fine Lady, owned by Ron Cushing, Kevin Swick, and Lance Downs. Ron Cushing in the sulky. This field is in motion. Behind the gate. And they're off from the inside. Remember, Titan steps out for the lead. There goes Vesuvio Bay down inside. Kyrie Dio far outside. A Swan, Fine Lady racing in fourth. Gap of 2 lengths to Marquis Lafayette. Followed up by Massive Lightning. Then comes My Lindy Winner. And trailing the field, it's Northern Skyway. Paddock turn the first time. Vesuvio Bay comes on to get the lead as they trot by the opening quarter. In 27-2, they're in the stretch for the first time. It's Vesuvio Bay dashing up on the outside. Here comes Remember Titans, and now Remember Titans takes command. Vesuvio Bay backs off in second. Kyrie Dio third. Swan Fine Lady fourth. Laying back, Marquis Lafayette racing in fifth. Moving up on the outside, there goes Northern Skyway. Down inside, it's Massive Lightning, and trailing the field, it's My Lindy Winner. As they swing around the clubhouse turn, Jay Randall has Remember Titans on the front end. Halftime goes in 57-2. They strain out down the backstretch. It's Remember Titans on top by length. Vesuvio Bay right there, tracking in second. On the rim, it's Kyrie Dio racing third, locked in towards the inside. Marquis Lafayette moving up on the outside, second over. There goes Swan Fine Lady as they round the fourth turn. Remember Titans still there. Vesuvio Bay drafting along in second. 3/4 on the board here in 1:25-3. They round the final turn. It's Remember Titans, and he's got the lead. Vesuvio Bay right there in hot pursuit. Racing in second, Marquis Lafayette pinned in at the pylons, racing third. They're homeward bound, and it's Remember Titans showing the way, shaking loose on the outside. Here comes Vesuvio by on the grandstand side. Here comes Marquise Lafayette. Marquise Lafayette coming on. Time for the mile, 1:55 flat. The 10th race is official. Here is the order of finish. Number 1, Kyrie Dio, 7th. Remember Titans, 2nd.